Welcome back to Boring Reviews.
Boring land.
Oh, just kidding.
Blasphemer.
Hello,
right.
Boring Review Nation.
And a pointless.
We know all things.
All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Gabe. Day.
And me and Gabe are checking out the trailer for a teaser that we already reacted to. This is called Sulthan. That's how I'm going to say it. I think a lot of places are saying it Sultan, but I don't want to get confused with the other Sultan, the more popular Sultan, obviously, with Salman Khan that came out a few years ago. This Sultan, I remember from the teaser, there was like a village feel, and then you had what seemed like some kind of politician or some kind of power coming in. They're throwing all the rose petals at him. But then you also had like maybe another villager or whatever, played by Karthi, and who's a Tamil star, who comes in and it's almost like he's trying to fight the not the establishment, but like the power group, trying to figure out like, hey, you know, we got to be for the people, not just for your power. I could be totally wrong, but he had a whip. That's what I remember. He had a whip like Indiana Jones. So the trailers come out here, and we're excited to check it out, right, Gabe?
Yeah, now that you mentioned the whip, I was like, because as you're describing it, I was like, I can't remember doing that reaction. And as soon as you mentioned the whip, I was like, oh yeah, I remember the whip. You know what I mean? That's that kind of
How
thing.
do you
when
forget
see,
the
like,
whip?
Yeah. But yeah, definitely early in the AM. Let's go ahead and check this bad boy out, brother.
All right. Don't forget, please, to like and subscribe, especially if you appreciate these quick, fresh reactions. And we're going to go ahead and check this out in 3, 2, 1. Elephants.
இந்த கூட்டத்தை எதிர்த்தோ பகச்சோ ஒன்றும் பண்ண முடியாது.
புளிய மரம் கணக்கா 100 பேர்ல இருக்கானுங்க. இந்த ரவுடி பயலுகளை ஊருக்குள்ள விட்டோம் இந்த ஊரையே முழுங்கிடுவானுங்க.
100 பேர் அவன் பின்னால நிக்கல. 100 பேருக்கு முன்னால அவன் நிக்கறான்.
Epic.
இவங்க அடியாளுகள் என் அண்ணனு.
ரவுடிங்கனா பயந்துருமா? ஷோல்டருக்கு கூலிங் கிளாஸ் காட்டு. போ.
100 பேரை சமாளிக்கிறோம். இவள பார்த்தா
Talked about whipped.
ஒருவேளை அந்த பொண்ணு என் லவ்வுக்கு ஓகே சொன்னா
நான் தான் உங்களுக்கு பிடிக்கலன்னு சொன்னேன்ல.
இந்த பொண்ணு எனக்கு பிடிக்கல. ரிஜெக்டட்.
இதுக்கு இதெல்லாம் அந்த பொண்ணுக்காகவா?
Oh no.
திருப்பி வந்தா ஊரவே பொளிச்சு புடியா பாத்துக்கங்க.
பலோ இருக்குன்னு எதிரிய வளர்த்துக்க கூடாது.
Jeez.
உன் தேன் கூட்டுல கல் எரிச்சிருக்கு.
அவன் சாவணும்.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes. Wow.
யாரா?
100 தல ராவணன்.
Woo. The first teaser, he had the whip. This one, he's got the axe. I mean, this guy's got his own weapon of choice, and they're different depending on the day. I don't know if that's the same guy. It probably isn't. It just looks like it. But doesn't the guy with the beard remind you of the guy from KGF?
I was exactly thinking that. Like, is that the bad guy from KGF that gets killed at the end? I couldn't. I was like, I think he is, but I didn't know. I was like, you know what?
It looks like him.
That's
That's all
similar, right?
Got the beard.
Yeah, definitely. But obviously this trailer gave us a lot more. Like you said, this time my man took it to the axe. There are some kind of politics involved as well, and you know, obviously you see the dudes come in with the Mercedes Benzes and all the suits and everything, and you know, it's like he'll burn down the whole village. What? You know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
The line that stood out to me the most is they're talking about like the herd of elephants, the 100 guys, these henchmen or whatever, and he says they're not henchmen, they're my brothers. How many times do you have, and I'm talking about movies, okay? How many times do you have a leader of some kind of group, whether it's just like a local militia or just a bunch of henchmen or a gang or a mafia or whatever it is, where the leader of that group says, these guys are my brothers. These guys are not just my henchmen. I thought that was pretty cool. It tells you a lot about the character just in that line, that this is not like your typical head of the henchman or whatever type situation.
Right.
I know you probably rolled your eyes a little bit when you saw the love story issued there quite a bit in that trailer. Am I right?
Well, at first I was like, but then it's not that bad because it wasn't like the main part. I don't mind if they put a small part in there. Just don't make the whole thing about it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I think it also gives the character motivation because obviously she's involved. So I think it works in the plot because you see that she gets backhanded as well. So maybe they use her to get the ham, something to that effect.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely seemed like the guy with the beard when he slapped that girl. I mean, that's going to be a motivation. The thing that I really liked was you had the action, you had a little bit of the story of these henchmen. It seemed like maybe from what the flashbacks were showing, that maybe all of them were almost like lost boys in some kind of way, to where their parents or their family members got killed from the power group or whatever, or these other people that came in, and they formed that bond together because they were all experiencing loss of some kind. But when my favorite part was just like the whole dance sequence where it panned back, because you had people peppered throughout, some on top of like a little precipice or a car or something like that, some on the floor. They were doing their dances like just right out there in the dirt. I thought that was really cool. I thought like, oh, is this like a wedding sequence? This is a spoiler alert. But it looked like the bride and groom weren't as fancied up as we're used to seeing in an Indian wedding. But that part to me was cool. This seems like it has all those different flavors in it, but it looks like it's done in a well-made way, not just like, sprinkling some of this, sprinkling some of that, a dash of this, and we got ourselves a movie. So I'm excited for it. I'm disappointed I did not get to see the whip in this trailer.
For me, I think it was the axe scene and the knife scene, you know what I'm saying, bro? Or it was like a machete, bro. They were putting in work, cousin, you know what I'm saying? The knife game is whenever you got a scene with the knife game, man, it's just like one of those things where you're just, you know what it takes me back to? Rocky Hansen, bro. You're like, oh man, you know what I mean? Like John Wick, you know what I mean? This guys getting poked is like, oh, you know what I mean? You hear the sound too? Out of control. I love it. But guys, what's important is what you guys think. Are you excited for this film when it comes out? Let us know. Leave us a comment below. You already know the deal, Nick.
And until next time,
we know all things.